What is going on, everyone? Chris from Pickdawgz.com, and I got a free pick for you from this UConn versus Texas college basketball matchup going down on Friday, December 12th, 2025. Before we get to that free pick, if you were looking for my best bets, the games I love, the ones that I have the most money on every single day, you can head to Pickdawgz.com and click the premium picks or the experts tab at the top of the page. You can also click the link in the description of this video below. Friday marks day one of my 12 days of Picksmas. It is the sale that I'm running this year for the holidays. You're going to have a different special every single day. It lasts for 24 hours. Basically, you can get a daily pick package. You can get a special on a long-term pass or even a season pass or maybe a multi-pick package for the day. So definitely check my capper page out every single day and find out what the special of the day is going up to Christmas. You know that we give out some of the best heat on the planet. That's what Pickdawgz and Pickdawgz Premium is for, especially with all of our free pick content. But we've also got our inner circle. It's something we've mentioned a lot in our videos lately. It's not for everyone. It's for those who are placing larger bets. That's who this service is meant for. But we've had a lot of big bettors and high rollers join this club already, having a lot of success with the one-on-one coaching, bankroll management, the early releases. So if you're making big bets and you want to treat your betting with more of a business-like mindset, reach out to the number on the screen. I'd be more than happy to get you some information. But let's get to this one between UConn and Texas. It is the marquee matchup on Friday's card, as you've got UConn coming into this one with a record of 9-1 on the year off of their 77-73 win over Florida in their last matchup, while Texas comes in off the 95-69 blowout win over Southern in their last game. And we're at the point now where, now UConn is trying to get these home games, and they're playing not necessarily in stores, but they're playing at the People's Bank Arena in Hartford, Connecticut. It's still classified as a true home game for UConn, and this is a UConn team that's already picked up some signature wins this season. 4 wins against teams inside the KenPom top 20. They also have the loss at home to Arizona. That's the only blemish on their record this season, and we've seen UConn sort of just go back to being the UConn of the last couple of years, which has been a pretty solid program that's won, obviously, back-to-back national championships. And, last year wasn't necessarily Florida's year, UConn's year, the year that Florida won it. But I'll tell you, UConn got their revenge over Florida in that last matchup after UConn was bounced by the Gators in the tournament. And this is still a UConn team that I think has to be, really feared. I shouldn't say feared, but they have to be taken seriously as a title contender once again. There's just a lot this team had. They are loaded. Solo ball, if they can keep Terrace Reed healthy, Silas Demery, Alex Caravan, obviously. So I like this UConn team, and I think I like this matchup for UConn. I think that their defense is going to be able to shut down Texas in this game. Texas, a team that lives at the foul line, and that's the problem for UConn in this game. UConn 276 in free throw rate allowed. Texas gets to the free throw line at a top 10 rate. They're shooting at about 72%. So if they get to the free throw line, they may be able to keep themselves in this game. The problem is that I don't know how else Texas scores in this game. You've got a UConn defense that's top 20 in 2-point defense, just outside the top 10 in 3-point defense. And when Texas took on Duke earlier this year, they didn't have a great game from the floor. The only thing that kept that game as close as it was the fact that, Texas got to the free throw line 23 times and went 17-23. They shot 29.4% from 3, 33% from 2-point range. They went 14-42. And that's a Duke team that, is right on par with UConn defensively this season from a 3-point and 2-point defense perspective. And I think that it's going to be a similar result here, especially with this being considered a semi-home game. Now, Texas defensively, they're a top 25 2-point defense, and that's kind of how you slow down UConn. The problem is that Texas doesn't force turnovers. UConn does a good job of taking care of the basketball. I think this is just one of those games where UConn, has a lead at the half, maybe by 7 or 8 points, and they just slowly pull away in the second half and win this one and do enough to get the winning cover in what's considered a home game here. So I'm going to lay it with UConn in this one. That is my free pick for this game. Thank you so much for checking out this free pick video. Let me know who you guys like in this game in the comment section below. And remember, if you're looking for my best bets, you can head to Pickdawgz Premium or click the link in the description of this video below. And remember to use the promo code PICK, that's PICK at checkout. Get 15% off your purchase. Best of luck. We'll see you guys soon.